on, jump in, it's a fast ride. Jump on, jump in, it's a fast ride.
It's been a pleasant day, really, hasn't it?
Did I go with that?
It's been a pleasant day, really, hasn't it?
Again.
Back to the studio. Back to the studio.
Jump on, jump in, it's a fast ride.
We're in the multicoloured trunks, coming from Nottingham, weighing in at 11 stone, 12.5 pounds, bringing to the ring a 19-fight professional record, 12 wins, 2 wins coming by way of knockout with 7 losses. A welcome please for Nottingham's Michael Monaghan.
The rules on punches delivered on upper part of the glove. Keep the punches, listen to me. Listen. Keep the punches up, not at the back of the head. Protect yourself at all times. When I say break, I want it straight away. Shake hands, best of luck to both. Clear the ring.
Well, a slight problem with the microphone there. Terry O'Connor, the referee, giving instructions, and no doubt about the intensity of the feelings that Michael Monaghan is casting in the direction of his fellow man from Nottingham, Carl Froch.
But you can just see the difference. I mean, Monaghan is more of a middleweight, and Froch is a fully fledged super middle. So this is an ambitious step up for Monaghan.
Well, Monaghan's certainly enjoying this. He's smiling, he's grinning, he's circling his man. Froch, as ever, that left of his held, well, sometimes ominously low, but he's got away with it so far. Remember, he stopped 6 of his previous 7 opponents, but he's the one who's looking the worst at the end of this first round, and that's a very nasty little swelling underneath his left eye. Monaghan, the hands held up, knows exactly what Froch is going to throw at him. And this is going to be a fairly serious test for Froch, because Monaghan has an awful lot to prove. Former Midlands area challenger at middleweight. Better from Froch, but Monaghan covers up, and you can see Monaghan's problem. Can't reach, and he's grinning and smiling, and Monaghan reckons he's taken that first round. Well, back to his corner, grinning from ear to ear, Michael Monaghan. Well, made his professional debut some 7 years ago at 19. This is a very, very nasty looking little nick. How was that caused? Was there a little clash there? Don't think so. That was a good shot. That was a very good one. Nothing wrong with that, Rich, was there? That was a good little left hand.
No, that was a nice, sharp left hand, definitely. If that did cause the swelling, then yeah, it's a cracking punch. Good shot. Straight left punch.
Good shot into the ribs from Michael Monaghan.
Well, when Monaghan decides to actually go forward and press the fight and force the fight onto Froch, he actually looks quite impressive. He's got a nice high guard, so he's taking a lot of the punches from Froch on the gloves. But what he's got to start doing, Jim, he's just got to start doubling up the attack a little bit more and sustaining the pressure and putting Froch on the back foot and trying to land with that right hand. And he wasn't too far away again there. But while he's on the outside, as I've said, Froch is enjoying this because he can just work with that jab.
Well, we've got to remember that Monaghan comes in here having defeated pretty experienced men like Gary Beardsley and Jason Collins. Monaghan has been stopped. He got stopped in his very first contest when he was hugely overmatched against Paul Ryan, but he's coming storming back, and he's pushing Froch onto the back foot, and we haven't seen anybody really do that so far in Froch's career.
No, it's better boxing from Monaghan, especially in the second part of this round now. But forcing the fight and pushing the fight to Froch, that's better, look, that's much better.
Well, a couple of good left hands went in there and caught Froch, and Froch again on the retreat, and still has kept those hands very low indeed. And as his career unfolds, I'm sure they'll have to work on that. And yes, he's very fast, and yes, he can hit hard, but at the moment Monaghan is giving him a very good contest. And again, Monaghan raises the arm in exultation and reckons that he may well have taken that round. I don't think there was much in it. So Monaghan's corner very pleased, I think, with the opening couple of rounds. I'm not altogether sure that he's won them, but he's given Carl Froch an awful lot to think about, and that's exactly what Froch needs. And again, working hard to just get rid of that nasty little bump, and it's a slight graze there as well, and his nose is badly reddened.
In this fight, I think he's won the first couple of rounds, but they have been a lot closer than he would have liked, but that was much better work there from Froch.
Well, that is much more like the Froch that we've come to expect. And now he knows that he can... Oh, wonderful uppercut by Froch, and Monaghan's knees nearly left him, and now Froch piles it on. Yes, he said to Monaghan, now you see what I can do. Oh, wonderful right hand, and Monaghan in all sorts of trouble. He was stopped by Paul Ryan. He was stopped by a good South African, Anthony van Niekerk, and he's going to get stopped by Carl Froch in front of his home crowd. Froch has to go to the neutral corner. Still a minute to go, and Froch all of a sudden smiles, allows himself the luxury of a little grin, because he's gone to work with a vengeance. And every single thing that Michael Monaghan produced in the opening couple of rounds was wiped out in 30 seconds of brilliance by Froch. There's a great left hand. Whoa! Well, that's the biggest thump in the canvas of the night, because Terry O'Connor is no featherweight, but he's called it off quite rightly.
Did he rile you?
Definitely got to me a little bit in the fact that I was a little bit wound up, because I've known him a couple of years, and we used to be friends, and hopefully we can be friends now. But he called that on. He was calling it on, threatening to knock me out and do this and do that. So I've gone in there tonight and done a job on him with a bit of nastiness behind it. But hopefully we can be friends from now on.